You're with the Breaker-Leggers, and we're in the Midlands at the Birmingham Rep
to see the UK premiere production of The Whip Hand.
So stay tuned to find out how many legs,
whether it's break a leg
or leg it. Before you lovely people go any further,
to make sure you've always got your finger on the theatrical pulse
for theatre news, reviews and interviews,
hit subscribe now.
The Whip Hand. Now, we're back at the Rep again, this time in the smaller space, the Door.
Yes, it's the smallest space here at the Rep. It's around 90 seats. We saw All the Little Lights here a few months ago. And you
Which
can
was
catch,
a good piece.
It was a great piece. You can catch our review for that just up there. I love these lovely intimate spaces that feel like they're bringing the action right into your lap.
The Whip Hand then, what do we know about this? Anything?
Yes, it's a UK premiere production, as mentioned, and it's a co-production between the Birmingham Rep and the Traverse Theatre Company in association with the National Theatre of Scotland. Piece played a stint at the Edinburgh Festival this year as well. Ooh. So that's a great accolade for it. Directed by the Birmingham Rep Associate Director Tessa Walker.
Have we seen anything that she's done?
We haven't, but she did a apparently very good production of The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe here at the Rep over a Christmas season a few years ago. It tells the story of a birthday celebration for the lead character Doogie, who has a revelation for his family which really lights the blue touch paper and everything explodes.
Oh my goodness, a bit of a domestic drama for us this evening.
Yeah, I love these domestic dramas. It makes me look at my own family and realise maybe I'm not that weird after all.
This piece is 90 minutes straight through, so I guess we'll let you know what we think when we catch you at the end. We have come to the end of The Whip Hand here at the Birmingham Rep. How did you find that?
By and large, fairly enjoyable. Dramatic. I was definitely gripped. Being in a small studio space definitely brought the drama right onto my lap, which I thought was excellent. Generally strong performances and an interesting concept. I mean, something that I've seen done before, something that's lacking originality in so much as let's get everyone together for a birthday party, there's a cake, what could possibly go wrong? Tipping the hat to everything else that's ever had a cake in it, such as Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, for example. Can't be trusted with cakes around a family. But lacking kind of that aside, I thought it was a gripping piece of drama. How about you?
Yeah, I agree. I think it was an absolutely gripping piece of drama, which I was gripped to. Once it enveloped, once it opened up, once it went
closed.
What's the opposite of an enveloping? Once it opened up, once it developed, once it went on. The last hour, I was gripped. Some fantastic writing to hold that level of drama, to keep on passing the buck and keep passing the story on and keep on evolving it and re-evolving itself, engaging in the audience. That's quite clever. If some pieces can get very stale very quickly, not this one. And it was driven by a fantastic cast as well. So plot-wise, narrative-wise and writing-wise, I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, the piece is very much like an onion. It's layered. You think you're getting one thing, and then just as you've come to grips with that's how this is going to go, it will peel off another layer to totally surprise you. To go back to the birthday party metaphor, pass the parcel comes to mind. Is this going to be the last layer? How's this one going to be? Is this where I'm going to get my final treat? Who knows? It's a pass the parcel of a piece.
Yeah, I like that as a description much better than enveloped, developed. So then that's exactly what it is. It does. And then it goes, when you open the final present, there is a massive climax to the piece as well.
Going back to the cast, particularly for me, standout performance by Michael Abubakar as Aaron. I thought he was fantastic. I mean,
very strong.
He blew me away in so much as very unassuming in the first half an hour, kind of teenage kid who actually, this is kind of his story in a way. I would say the whole piece is his story, it's his drama, it's his hurt, it's his history, and more than anybody would resonate with that character, and I felt that was portrayed beautifully by Michael.
Yes, and kind of coming away from the characters a bit, I mean, that's kind of what's really good about the piece, is that it's got humour within it, and then suddenly it throws us into some really dark, touching moments that are really quite
Chilling
devastating.
and hard-hitting.
Yeah, and it deals with so many issues, such as racism. There's a very strong theme in there, and accountability of what people have done before us and what is morally right.
And where does your responsibility for the actions of those that have gone before end? Do we carry this burden? I mean, I almost feel there's a little bit of a nod to kind of original sin.
Yeah.
You know, are we all carrying some sort
Everyone's got baggage, everyone's got...
Oh, and are we carrying our own baggage, or do we inherit baggage? Are people born wicked, or do they have wickedness thrust upon them?
Any other parts that stood out to you?
Other cast members, I would say Richard Conlon as Lorenzo. He starts off as almost the comic relief, as kind of like the dim-witted, almost slightly new age kind of fun guy. But then by the end of it, you realise he's got issues of his own. And I just thought he was going to be the ruse. I thought he was going to be the everyman. But no. He had depth, and that was played beautifully.
A lot of the characters have that. They definitely are not come the end where they were at the start, which I think is a real testament to the writing.
Any good piece should end up, takes us on a journey.
Yeah, and
we
each
were
character was on a journey. Dougie, I thought, had a brilliant journey. Doogie, who played Doogie?
Jonathan Watson.
Jonathan Watson, I thought, was fantastic. I was, right from the get-go, I was hooked. He played such a quiet, unassuming character, but with such poise and control. And then as his character developed to be something completely different to where it was at the start, such strength, anger, venom, self-centered, I thought it was absolutely brilliant.
I love these pieces that are 90 minutes straight through, because you don't lose pace, and there was no opportunity to lose pace in this, in terms of the delivery, in terms of the narrative, in terms of it being short, sharp and snappy, and by sharp I almost mean razor knife edge sharp. It
is knife edge sharp, and it's 90 minutes, but it didn't feel like 90 minutes to me.
No, it absolutely flew by.
You feel as if you are accelerating first, second, third, fourth, fifth gear right through to the very end.
So I bet you're wondering how many legs we are going to give this piece.
Well, for the whip hand, which we have caught at the Birmingham Rep, we are going to give... 4 legs for this piece. A very well-deserved 4 legs. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I hold back slightly because I feel that this situation has been done to death slightly. Get the family together for a birthday party or some sort of celebration. We saw it in Apologia. We saw it in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. It is played and replayed. Yes, there are different vehicles in which to get us from one side of the story to the other, but in essence, they're all about a messed up family.
Isn't that kind of the crux of it? Isn't that how EastEnders has thrived?
Yeah,
Christmas Day is going to be the big drama,
and that's the reason I don't watch EastEnders.
Weddings, key events.
I'm sick of that format. I'm sick of that lather, rinse, repeat. This was that done well, but in terms of originality, I felt was just slightly lacking. I would love to see this piece done set in a pub with innocent bystanders around, and them getting forced to, be caught up in this kind of violent almost situation of a family feud. Just set it somewhere else, away from a birthday cake, please, because the cake should be eaten. Please eat the cake.
Wow, that's what Simon thought. What did you think?
Why don't you leave us a comment? Let us know.
Yeah,
subscribe,
follow us on Twitter.
We're the Breaker Leggers, and we'll catch you again soon.
Bye.